Now to the coronavirus concern that is sweeping across America and right here in Arizona. The State Department of Health Services says there are now 6 cases in Arizona. The CDC confirms 2 of them, and the state is now waiting for confirmation on 4 presumptive cases. 2 are in Maricopa County, 3 in Pinal, and a new case has popped up in Pima County, which is in southern Arizona. Now, WestJet is trying to contact all passengers, crew, and Sky Harbor managers after 2 Canadian passengers tested positive after flying from Phoenix to Toronto. That flight was on February 28th. Sky Harbor says the CDC is not requesting any changes to its health and safety protocols as the governor reaffirms the state is on it. Meantime, Coachella could be moved to October. Nothing is official yet, but officials with the music festival are worried that the event may become high risk for spreading the virus. Nearly 250,000 people are expected, and organizers want everyone to stay healthy, a decision that could be made in the next couple days. And bad news for Pearl Jam fans. The band postponed its first leg of its upcoming tour because of the coronavirus. Pearl Jam was scheduled to play at Gila River Arena on April 11th. The band does plan to reschedule.